plastic bag, drifting through the wind, wanting to start
Katie Farner, director for the Sunshine State Superstars. It's that time. I'm making my A Week in My Shoes video. So I'm going to share with you what I did all week to work my business. Now remember, I work 3 days a week for my, outside job. So I work Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday for that business. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday are days where you'll find that I don't do quite as much because I'm working 9 to 5. And Mondays and Fridays are really my full-blown Scentsy office days where I'm sitting here at my dining room table doing a lot of stuff on Mondays and Fridays. And the weekends is when I try to have parties and events and do more of those social parts of the business. So let's take a look at this past week. So Sunday, day 1, which was February 1st, I delivered orders to a customer who lives about 35-40 minutes away who did a home party. So we met up about halfway and I delivered all of her stuff to her. So that was on Sunday. And, oh, that was Super Bowl Sunday actually, yeah. I actually went to the grocery store that day and gave out a sample to my cashier, who actually made it super easy for me because I was carrying my Scentsy purse, and she commented about the Scentsy logo on the purse, and she said, "Oh my gosh, I really like Scentsy." So that made it really easy for me. It turns out that she actually is already a customer, but she doesn't have a consultant that she works with, because that's always a question I ask. Do you have a consultant that you work with? She didn't, so I pulled out my little handy information sheet and jotted down all her information so we could be in contact. And that day I also sent text messages or private messages on Facebook to every single potential recruit that I have in my phone. In my phone, I keep a list of all of my potential recruits, and I rank them 1, 2, or 3, with 3 being the most cool and 1 being hot. And if they tell me that they are going to join, I will put their predicted join date, or what they're saying is their join date, in my phone. So at the beginning of every new month, I kind of like to touch base with all of those potential recruits. So I did that on Sunday. And what I sent in that message was just something brief about the enhanced starter kit for February, and that I know they've been toying with the idea. Now is a really great time. And I told them about how we're opening up the team Facebook page. So that's what I did on Sunday. My dog is wandering all around, so you'll probably hear him clicking and clacking throughout the video. My little dachshund. Okay, so here we go. Monday, February 2nd. So again, Mondays and Fridays, my full-blown office days. I do a lot these days. So I had to call a customer who wanted to place an order. I have a note here for that. I'm the one that I met at the Minute Clinic a couple weeks ago when I was trying to get over this sickness. He wanted to place an order for the sale, so I had made a note to call him February 2nd. So I called him to get his order. Delivered orders that I bagged yesterday. Go lay down. I sent, let's see, I practiced my spring sprint speech. I sent emails back and forth with a potential recruit who emailed me. I delivered some individual orders from a party that I had bagged. Sent email to the girl that I met at Publix, letting her know it was great meeting her and I'd love to help her with whatever she needs. I worked on my receipts. I started trying to do a better job of preparing for tax season, and so I started keeping a manila envelope for every single month. So January 2015 manila envelope, and then on the outside of the envelope I write a total of each of my kind of 7 categories, like postage, business supplies, team incentives, hostess gifts, things like that. And so I'm trying to be a little more structured. So then at the end of the year, I can just look at my January file and say, okay, here's my January postage, my February postage, my March postage, and add it all up, and then I know my postage total for the whole year. So I worked on that. I created all of my upcoming parties in the workstation. So my parties that I've got booked for February and March, I made sure they were all in the workstation, all the dates and the times were ready. I made a video for you guys for joining in February. I did the January top 15 postcards. So everybody who was in the top 15 in PRV for our group in January, I wrote out all those postcards and got those mailed out. I made a video about recruiting when they struggle to afford the starter kit cost. I made a video about the annual awards. And then I had a call at 6 o'clock with a potential team member who did end up joining. So that was my Monday. Tuesday, it was a really quiet day. I worked, 9 to 5, and then, kind of throughout the day, I was doing some social media posting, as I always do, working a lot on the Dream Team thing, and Tuesday night, I was trying to take advantage of people being on the computer in the evening, and so I posted something about trying to get some questions from all the potential recruits participating in our Dream Team incentive that we're doing. So Wednesday, February 4th, I made 5 phone calls to past customers to try to get some orders. I worked on some Dream Team posts. I called a customer who I had spoken with on the phone last week who wanted to set up a party date for March but wanted to talk to her daughter about a date. So I did a follow-up call with her to set her party date. She did not answer. I left her a message and I still haven't heard from her, so I will be reaching out to her again this week. And I met up with a customer at 6:30 p.m. so she could buy some bars from my inventory. And one of my customers referred someone to me and gave me their phone number, so I called them for their order. So that was Wednesday. And then Thursday, let's see, I had to meet up with a customer on my lunch break to give her some light bulbs. I had a, let's see, Facebook post about empowering women on my personal page, because what we post on our personal page is really important. We don't want to just always be posting about Scentsy. Like, you also want to be posting things about empowerment and things that are going to help people believe in themselves, not just network marketing only stuff. Okay, so that was Thursday. And then Friday, sorry, my allergies are like out of control. I keep itching my nose. So Friday, let's see, I had 3 phone calls scheduled with team members that are in my front line, helping them goal set and make plans for their new year. So we had all 3 of those phone calls. Each call was like 30 to 45 minutes, so not bad. And I scheduled them all back to back so we could, take care of that. Practiced my spring sprint speech, entered some orders, worked on my team member notebook. I have a notebook, actually it's not alphabetized, it's categorized by their title. And it's just an information sheet that has all of their information at a glance, allows me to make notes when we have a phone call. So I updated that list with anybody who's recently joined, and that way I can easily keep organized and remember my communication with them. If I sent them a postcard or if I sent them a special something in the mail, I jot those things down too so I can see when was the last time that I gave some outreach to this person in my front line. So I would encourage you to do that too. Went to the post office, I bagged orders, I fulfilled, went to the post office after I fulfilled my catalog requests. Anybody who's recently requested a catalog, I got those together, and I mailed a couple of packets to some potential new recruits and to some people who have recently joined our team. So that was my Friday, and then now we're up to yesterday, February 7th. I had at noon, I did a call for Becca Levi, Superstar Director with Scentsy. I did a call for her group yesterday morning, helping them out and getting connected with some other Scentsy sisters, so that was fun. I had to deliver a basket party to someone who's doing a basket party for me this month. Yay, I need it because it's been a very quiet month for me. I private messaged to set up a phone call with a potential recruit, and we're going to be talking on Monday, so I set that up with her. And that was it, actually. That was it for Saturday. And then today, you're going to hear about next week. So that is a week in my shoes. Those are some of the activities that I did this week to run my business and move my business forward, and I hope that these are some steps that you can repeat the following week and help you make your business a great success. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.
This face.